Those with power and influence going all in with BTC, while their Twitter profiles with hashtag Bitcoin make that statement. Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, NFL players like Russell Kung, and even one of the most popular YouTubers not in crypto, Mr. Beast. But everyone is forgetting about the OG who did it. 2/1/2020. Never forget. Because it's time for Chico Crypto. Who done it? Well, the guy who created the platform and allowed for that Bitcoin emoji to be a part of those celebrities' fun. That is Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter and the current CEO, who created the emoji in February of last year with this tweet, even calling for Unicode to adopt it to be a universal standard so that it can be used across all web platforms. Jack Dorsey, he loves Bitcoin. He isn't silent about it. In March of 2019, when Bitcoin was at a low of near $3,000, he said this on the Tale from the Crypt podcast.
And it took us some time. That year was when Bitcoin had the massive run up, and we learned a bunch along the way. And I think we did all the right things in terms of the right customer experience, looking at the community, making sure that we're going back to those Usenet days and contributing as much as we can. We still have a ton more work to do there, but it was an exciting start, and especially because we were the only public company doing it. So it meant we had to talk to the SEC and kind of pave the way for others, which we were also happy about.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see what you guys have rolled out in the last year in particular. It's favorite app of Tales from the Crypt freaks out there. We started a stacking sats Saturday.
Oh, awesome.
Using everybody buying $25 worth of Bitcoin.
I saw that on Twitter, all the screenshots. I thought that was awesome. I would have participated, but I already exceeded my limit on the Cash App, so I couldn't purchase anymore.
There's always tomorrow. We're going to be doing it tomorrow again.
Tomorrow I probably can. I think we have a limit that rotates every week or so.
So he was speaking on how Twitter and Square moved as the first public companies to Bitcoin. But the major piece of bullishness is what Jack said about his personal buying. He was pushing his limit weekly on Cash App back when it was 10 grand. So Jack Dorsey was buying 10 G's worth of Bitcoin every week. He was stacking sats like only a billionaire could. So obviously Jack loves BTC. His buying habits say so. Obviously his Twitter loves Bitcoin. The adoption of the emoji says so. Obviously his Square does too. It added nearly 5,000 of the asset in October 2020. And everyone knows his Cash App has adopted it. With its latest statistics, Bitcoin is making up nearly 80% of the application's revenue. Now I'm sure everyone saw the headlining media news 4 days ago. Jack Dorsey and JayZ were big pimpin', putting 500 Bitcoin towards an endowment called the B Trust, whose initial focus would be growing Bitcoin in Africa and India. But that is well known. It's the kind of news with a celebrity that makes the headlines, great for the likes of Cointelegraph, Coindesk, or even The Block. But not us, because Chico Crypto loves to find the news even before it's news. So we're not going to get deep into that. We're going to get deep into the tech elite secret plan for the asset BTC, which of course involves Jack, as he's in that club. As a tech elite, a Silicon Valley angel, Jack is pretty involved with Bitcoin. Beyond just investment, just 2 weeks ago, he tweeted that he had fired up his own Bitcoin node. This means Jack, as a Bitcoin node runner, should understand Bitcoin mining and its impact. And there is no denying energy is being wasted to mine BTC. Most of Bitcoin mining, as of right now, happens in China, who is not a friend to the environment. The smog fog that covered Beijing over the holiday is a pure example of what is powering their country as well as Bitcoin mining. I'll tell you right now, Jack is no dummy to this, and he does have a plan to stop it. Just over 2 months ago, in early December, Square announced their plans to become carbon neutral by 2030. And as part of this plan, Square was launching something with Bitcoin called the Bitcoin Clean Energy Investment Initiative, where it has committed $10 million to support companies that help drive adoption and efficiency of renewables within the Bitcoin ecosystem. I wonder if within the Bitcoin ecosystem they meant Bitcoin mining. Well, Jack within the release said this about the program. We believe that cryptocurrency will eventually be powered completely by clean power, eliminating its carbon footprint and driving adoption of renewables globally. Published estimates indicate Bitcoin already consumes a significant amount of clean energy. We hope that Square's investment initiative will accelerate this conversion to renewable energy. Square's 2030 plan has a major focus on Bitcoin mining. The press release continued with more details of the specific Bitcoin investment initiative. Bitcoin is a unique part of Square's footprint, as the company purchases the cryptocurrency on behalf of Cash App customers. The new Bitcoin Clean Energy Investment Initiative will support companies working on green energy technologies within Bitcoin mining, and aims to accelerate its transition to clean power rather than only removing the carbon for the Bitcoin that Square processes. The company intends to reinvest any of its gains from the investment back into the initiative, and is exploring the possibility of opening this initiative for participation by a consortium of like-minded companies in order to amplify the impact. So what this means is Square is looking to get its Bitcoin for its Cash App customers and beyond from renewable sources. They want to ensure the supply chain of how they obtain their BTC is using green energy. They're going to reinvest every dime into this to make it happen. But the crypto important detail was at the end. They're exploring the possibility of opening the initiative into a consortium with other like-minded companies to amplify its impact. I wonder if one of those companies could be a crypto one focused on the energy sector and has a product to do just that: decarbonize the Bitcoin blockchain, including mining supply chains. I think some of you know who I'm about to talk about. That is the Energy Web chain. They have EW0, and from their explainer on what this is, EW0 enables any renewable energy buyer, multinational corporations, small and medium-sized enterprises, electric vehicle fleets, decentralized blockchain networks, to find and source procurement options from across a wide variety of digital marketplaces globally. Marketplace operators can thus tap into a new source of renewable energy buyers, helping attract growing businesses to their platforms. And guess what? The Energy Web team had an AMA in January, only a month after Square announced their Bitcoin initiative. This is what Jesse Morris, CCO, had to say about EW0 and BTC.
Generally, just what are we doing in this space? So a simple answer to mush all those questions together is that we are in conversation with a variety of crypto organizations to basically bring zero to bear on that market, like we did with the XRP ledger. What does that look like tangibly? We're in conversation with some larger Bitcoin mines to think about what that could look like. We are approaching some of those larger financial organizations to think through what would it look like to build a simple user experience. So if you're using an application to purchase cryptocurrency, can you effectively pay a few basis points on top of your base cryptocurrency purchase to ensure that that cryptocurrency is green, right? So these are the kinds of conversations we're having with these financial organizations and crypto organizations about using zero to help them decarbonize their energy supplies.
They're in talks with Bitcoin mines, large financial institutions, Square, to get EW0 implemented to decarbonize their energy supply chains. I wonder if one of those could be Twitter, Square, and Jack Dorsey's Bitcoin Clean Energy Investment Initiative. Well, Jesse also let us know that yes, that this might be the case earlier in the AMA. Let's listen in.
A couple more questions. We had several about Energy Web 0. Also, just a number of different ones. So some folks saw our tweets. We were going after Jack Dorsey on Twitter to say, hey, how can we help decarbonize Square? Because Square announced this pretty significant award. We also, I think there was a piece on CoinDesk just today about the opportunity for green Bitcoin mining. There are also some questions about, are we working with RMI, Rocky Mountain Institute, on any of this? Because they have quite a bit of activity on these renewable energy attribute markets. Generally, just what are we doing in this space? So a simple answer to mush all those questions together is that we are in conversation with a variety of crypto organizations to basically bring zero to bear on that market like we did with the XRP ledger.
Basically, he said that, yeah, talks just might be happening between the two entities. But then he explained what this could look like, this EW0. Here's what JayZ said.
Our first use case with Zero was helping to decarbonize the XRP ledger. Most of our conversations now are actually with a lot of these corporates that both you guys just talked about. So we want to use Zero to make it easy for large corporations to meet their sustainability objectives. So the future, it's like Amazon for energy purchasing, basically. What if you are Nike or you are Walmart and you're trying to procure renewables in a specific part of the world? You would log into Zero, create a DID, all the back-end functionality would be there in terms of sending messages and storing keys and everything. And you would use Zero to go out and find renewables on a marketplace somewhere in the world and purchase them, right? We happen to use the XRP ledger as the first buyer of renewable energy, but now we're talking to everybody. You could be a Bitcoin miner using a lot of energy. You could be a corporate using a lot of energy. So that's kind of the best way to think about Zero.
Once again, large corporations, Bitcoin mines, and they would make it simple, renewable buying, like the Amazon for the sector. And he explained the setup would be simple for those corporations. Let's replay that one more time.
What if you are Nike or you are Walmart and you're trying to procure renewables in a specific part of the world? You would log into Zero, create a DID, all the back-end functionality would be there in terms of sending messages and storing keys and everything.
Logging in with DIDs, back-end taken care of with the sending of messages and the storage of keys. It kind of sounds like you would need a user-friendly energy switchboard of sorts. That is why the Energy Web has their switchboard live on the Volta testnet. Friendly connection to the biggest ecosystem wallet managers, including the dominant MetaMask, which does messaging and signature management for the user. Once in, you are given your DID, easily identifying you, which you can update in board. Switchboard's governance is ready, including organizational management, application management, and role governance. But also enrollments are ready, which includes requests and my enrollments. And then coming soon, the assets, services, and applications. And guess what? One of those services in Switchboard will be EW0. And let me tell you, the application, services, and assets for Switchboard, they are coming soon. Adam Nagy, head of blockchain for EWT, posted this just last week on their Confluence, Energy Web KMS wallet app. KMS is Energy Web's scalable, safe, and recoverable Web3 key manager and crypto wallet based on Secret Store. It's what enterprises need if they're going to be connecting to the blockchain, keeping their data private. Scrolling down to section 1.4 in Adam's Confluence post and app connections, it says, KMS supports Wallet Connect, the largest app connectivity standard. It supports 3 chains as of now: Ethereum, the Volta testnet, and the Energy Web chain. And guess what the KMS uses? Of course, the Switchboard, which allows DApp and service management on as many chains and with as many applications as the user likes, including DeFi ones, as we can see from Nagy's post, the likes of Uniswap and Gnosis. So it's almost here. Energy Web has the toolkit to decarbonize those wanting to get involved with Bitcoin and even beyond with DeFi. Jack Dorsey and the Energy Web may be working on something, but I'm just speculating based on JayZ's words. Although if there is something coming, Square's post tells us when it may drop. They said, Square has mapped out a path towards a net zero carbon target through a combination of lowering its own carbon footprint in conjunction with scaling a verified carbon removal portfolio, which Square intends to launch in the first quarter of 2021. This quarter. Cheers. I'll see you next time.